Okay, in 3-point perspective, there's one eye level line, and this one's a little bit different. The eye level should be placed completely outside of the composition. You'll either be looking down from above or up from below. A down shot is called a bird's eye view. So you can think of you're a bird flying over a building, looking down. Or an upshot being a worm's eye view, because you're a little worm on the ground looking up at everything. There are 2 vanishing points on the eye level. The vanishing points are placed on the eye level outside of the composition again. You can think about the 1/3 rule. The third vanishing point is a little trickier. It extends out 90 degrees perpendicular from the center of the eye level. For placement of the vanishing point 3, you can think of the shape of a college pennant, right? It's that triangle shape, kind of thin and long. Converging lines which converge to or recede to each of their respective vanishing points. And the key difference with 3-point perspective that you'll notice right away is there are no vertical or horizontal lines in 3-point perspective. Everything is a converging line. So it's a bit of an extreme vantage point, right? You would only see 3-point perspective if you're up above something. Let's break this down. So this is like we're on a helicopter, right? Looking over the city. So we're flying way up high, so our eye level line is way up here. We've got 2 vanishing points on the eye level line. There are no horizontal lines, right, or vertical lines. They're all these horizontal lines are converging to either the left or right vanishing points. So if it would be a horizontal line, like say you can imagine looking at this building from straight on, you would know which lines would be horizontal. They're not going to be horizontal. They're going to be converging out to the left or right vanishing point. And then anything that you could see as a vertical line will converge down to the 3rd vanishing point, which is on a line that's perpendicular to the eye level, either above or below the eye level line. So in this case, we're looking down at this image of the building. So our vanishing point is way, way down here, our last vanishing point. It's another example of 3-point perspective from a little bit closer, right? So this is maybe someone standing on this 2nd story of this house. So they're up above again, so the eye level line is still above the picture plane. We've got 1 vanishing point on the left on the eye level line. We can follow these horizontal lines in the room. They're not horizontal, right, because they converge. But if we can imagine the room, they would be parallel to the ground. So those are going to converge out to the left or right vanishing points, depending on which one you're looking at. And then our last vanishing point, again, is below this image because we are from above looking down. So the vanishing point is below. If you were drawing an image where you were looking up at something, this would simply reverse, right? So the eye level line would drop down to the bottom and your vanishing point would be up above the image. Okay, so that's a brief introduction to perspective. Your exercises this week are going to deal with cubes, and then you are going to do an exercise in atmospheric perspective. Atmospheric perspective does start to deal with value, but don't worry too much about that yet. It's really basic. Once you get to the exercise, it'll walk you through it step by step, so don't panic about that. But atmospheric perspective is, in addition to linear perspective, this is what we're talking about here, linear perspective, the 1, 2, and 3 point. Atmospheric perspective is how the value changes in the image as things recede into space. As you're closer to them, they're in higher contrast or darker value, and as they fade away, they sort of blur into the atmosphere, so they become lighter. And again, you'll see all that in the exercise when you get to it.